once upon a time it was lawful to own slaves, but the law was wrong. And once upon a time it was lawful to segregate people according to their ethnicity or the color of their skin, but the law was wrong. And today the law says that a man can be a woman, but I will say the law is wrong. So I know that I'm right. I know that regardless of, the guilty penalty or any punishment that they try and dish out to me, won't change the fact that they're men. So I have complete peace and complete confidence that I'm right. I do not have complete peace and confidence in the judicial system. So I will take whatever measures I can to appeal, to take this to the highest court, to get this nonsense sorted out, and I will go all the way and will not back down.
Kirralie Smith is one of Australia's bravest fighters for women's rights. And right now, she's being dragged through the court in an obvious attempt to shut her up. Thanks for joining us, Kirralie. Listen, for the viewers that have been living under a rock for the last few years, can you explain what's been happening and where we're at now?
Yeah, look, it's complicated and long, but the long and short of it is that I'm under a 2-year apprehension of violence order, and I've been found guilty of unlawful vilification for taking posts in the public domain from Football New South Wales and a football club and asking the very reasonable questions: why are males participating in female soccer competitions in Australia? And I identified 2 of those players from Football New South Wales' own website, from a football club's own website. And this fight has been going on for years. I've had police turn up at my doorstep, and now I'm embroiled in legal battles and hopefully going to the High Court, appealing the decisions that words of violence and advocating for women's sex-based rights is vilification.
Well, it sounds like an abuse of a system that was designed to protect, family violence, for example. So what was the reasoning given as to why there was an apprehension order, or in Victoria we call it intervention order, whatever it is, the personal safety order, the thing that stops you from being able to even talk about the person? What was the reasoning?
Well, I obviously can't go into too many details because it's still before the courts. But again, I'll say that I took information from the public domain. I asked the question, why are males in female sport? The judge deemed that harassment and vilification because I made multiple posts. I never named this person. I never directed anything towards this person. I am a registered third-party political campaigner. We should have the implied freedom of political speech in this country, but apparently it doesn't extend in this situation. So that one, we are seeking leave in the High Court to appeal that decision. So I can't really say much more about that.
I guess, so can I ask you this? Yesterday I posted a screenshot from Victoria Police where they were celebrating a man pretending to be a woman onto the force. I shared that, and I kind of made a mockery saying, I'm glad to see Victoria Police finally putting men on the front line again. Are you telling me that could land me with an AVO against me based on the precedent set that you're trying
100%.
to fight?
100%, Avi. This could apply to any form of journalism, and then it could apply to any form of political activism. So the only place where politicians, as you know, are safe is on the floor of Parliament under parliamentary privilege. But everywhere else on social media, we're seeing Pauline Hanson go through the courts for this very reason at the moment. Yes, anyone could be under an Apprehension of Violence Act for taking information that is in the public domain and commenting on it. And if it hurts someone's feelings, then the precedent has now been set that you could have some sort of violence order, because words apparently are now violence. There's no incitement here. There's no call for violence or anything like that. It's simply that someone's feelings are hurt.
So you lost the apprehension orders, which you're going to take to the High Court to try appeal it. What's happening on the 25th?
So I was found guilty of unlawful vilification for identifying 2 males in female sport, again, taking information from the public domain and reposting it. I've misgendered them apparently because I refuse to refer to them as female because they are males. And I've been found guilty in the courts for that. And on the 25th of November, I will find out what my punishment is. They're seeking up to $200,000 in fines, their court costs, and a statement that they are women and I am wrong to call them male.
So $200,000, and this is all for the crime of misgendering, as in calling a biological man a man.
Correct. Yes,
And
that's what I've done.
is the court even taking into account any of that when you're going through the trial? Do they define it? Do they define the biological man, as a woman? Is that what they're doing, or are they saying the vilification simply is the fact that they're offended?
No, in the court, everyone referred to those men, everyone except myself referred to those males as she, her, miss, or ma'am. So that had already been decided. We were not able to defend that. I was asked to also refer to these men as she, her, miss, ma'am, and I refused because I had just sworn to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. And so I stuck to that truth throughout the entire trials and was found guilty of misgendering for persistently referring to them as males.
And what court is this in?
This is the New South Wales District Court, local district court at this stage. And so we will be appealing that decision. It's still, until we get the punishment, I can't disclose the next steps because it will hinge on that.
Now, do they give the reasons after the punishment? Because I don't remember district court how it works exactly. I know in Supreme Court, when we get the judgment and we get the whatever the findings are, they give the reasons. Has the court issued the reasons yet? Are they going to issue reasons? Just so I can understand. I'm sure the viewers want to understand what was the court's thinking to make that specifically deem it illegal.
Yeah, look, the decision has been published. Again, I don't want to comment too much on it, Avi. People can look it up and read it, but my comment will be that there are obviously inaccuracies in that decision. There's inaccuracies of what happened in court, and I'm appealing those things. So I don't want to jeopardize.
Is that on the facts rather than the law? Yep.
Both.
Okay. So just in a few days, you're going to find out. Are you worried?
Look, Avi, I don't have much faith in the judicial system for so many reasons, but one is that, well, let me put it this way. Once upon a time, it was lawful to own slaves, but the law was wrong. And once upon a time, it was lawful to segregate people according to their ethnicity or the color of their skin, but the law was wrong. And today, the law says that a man can be a woman, but I will say the law is wrong. So I don't have any confidence in the law. I don't have any confidence in the judicial system. I know that I'm right. I know that regardless of, the guilty penalty or any punishment that they try and dish out to me, won't change the fact that they're men. So I have complete peace and complete confidence that I'm right. I do not have complete peace and confidence in the judicial system. So I will take whatever measures I can to appeal, to take this to the highest court, to get this nonsense sorted out, because slavery was wrong, segregation's wrong, and allowing men into women's spaces is wrong. I have no bones about that whatsoever, and I will go all the way and will not back down when it comes to that. It's been stressful trying to raise the money, I will say that, but thousands of Australians have gotten behind me, and we have raised the money to be able to take this to the High Court. So I feel confident that in time this will be resolved and it will go back to where it is, but it is, it's a massive cost in the meantime.
Well, when you look at the UK, that's what gives me hope. I thought this madness was heading in one direction, and then out of nowhere it seemed like there was some common sense brought back into the judicial system in the UK. So I am hopeful that, as we do here in Australia so often, we do follow the rest of the world and we follow the UK back to normality. Where can people find...
They're not there yet. Even though it's in law, Avi, there's still a long way to go to execute that. So, we've got a long fight ahead of us. This isn't going to be resolved. Even if the courts or the politicians resolved the act tomorrow, we still have a decade to undo the extraordinary damage that's been done to women and to children, particularly in this country.
Where can people find and follow and support your work? That you're doing?
Thanks, Avi. Yeah, binary.org.au. We have our own donation page. You can sign up for weekly updates, and we'll let you know what's going on as it unfolds.
Well, Kiralee, thanks for joining us. And as usual, I've known you for many years now. Keep up the good work, and I know you won't back down, and I'm sure many, many people will get behind you.
Thanks, Avi. Appreciate it.
If you think it's important for every Australian to see how these men are abusing the judicial system to bully courageous women like Kiralee into silence, make sure to like, comment, but most importantly, share it far and wide. And then make sure to head over to followavi.com to join my mailing list and follow me across socials, just in case the platform you're watching this on now ends up shutting us down for daring to platform courageous and brave women like Kiralee who are fighting for women's rights. Followavi.com.